Up next is Kevin Slavin. It gives me great honor to introduce him. He is the co-founder and owner of Area Code, and he's one of the most creative people that I know. So here he comes.
Thanks. Yeah. I was actually born in 1969, Lenox Hill Hospital, about a week after this guy, who's a friend of mine. And the point is it was about a week after this, men were already on the moon, right, when I landed on the Earth. And that the moon was never some magic fucking satellite orbiting the Earth. It was just a place that had guys on it. And it loses the magic of this photo, which was taken by a human standing on the moon, looking at Earth. And I mean, if you actually stop and think about it, you know, to become a pure eye, right? The astronaut, just like a pure cornea, like to actually see the Earth in its entirety, right? And what that must have meant, and what that must be, and you know, this thing of that Kubrick picks up on, of what, you know, the most horrific image in the world is just the single eye, the disembodied eye, floating in space that can see everything and know everything. And the thing is that if you know, this is like one of the most banal images, right? This is the fucking screensaver on your iPhone, right? And yet, you know, but you know, nobody in this room will ever see this. We will never see this. And if you did, it would drive you mad. It would cause what's called the overview effect, a transcendental euphoric feeling of universal connection experienced by astronauts who report that their consciousness has been profoundly and permanently altered. Profoundly and permanently altered to see the world in its entirety all at once. So it's like 3,000 years back now, and there's a bunch of mopes up in England somewhere. And with enough free time to create this horse in the ground that's 1.5 New York City blocks long, right? And, you know, and you can see the people there. These are, you know, and then here's like a giant in England from 1600, and another giant in Chile from 500. These are huge. There's no way to see these from the ground. And the question is, who are these for? Right? Like, what are these for? Right? These are the Nazca, right? This is 200 BC. This spider monkey, that's 4 blocks wide. And who is it for? Right? You can't see it. It's impossible for anyone who created it to ever have seen it. Right? And what is this impulse? And so now it's 1970, and here's Robert Smithson, right? Earthworks, land artist, 5 blocks, you know, the hubris, you know, to alter the Earth like this. And you need an airplane, you know, to be able to do this, right? To be able to engage in this. And it ends with his final earthwork, with all respect to the man, which was the crash of his E-55, and which is how he died at age 35, creating another work, which is a reminder that it is not to be taken lightly, this business of seeing the world from above. So we'll put the cameras on pigeons. 1903. Neubronner. We'll put the cameras on pigeons, and this will be the new mode of surveillance through Europe. And it doesn't work so great, so we'll put a jet engine on the back and fill the fucking thing with jet fuel, put a pilot on the front, we can fly it over the Soviet Union until they shoot that down. And now we've got to get the camera up higher than the rockets and the missiles. We'll send the camera up into space. We'll put the fucking camera in space. All right? And here it is, the first image that comes back. Here's the first image back from the Corona satellites, and it's the first time, this is like 1959, it's the first time we ever see ourselves for what we are, these little ants at a picnic, right? Ants at a picnic, and we can finally see it. And now, not only can we see it, we design for it. We're building for that eye. We're building for that eye, and here's Dubai, and here's a miniature world. That's 7 miles wide, by the way. Each one of those palms is the size of San Francisco. It's a miniature world to be seen by satellites. right? And here's the Palm Jabal Ali. Here's 4 proverbs that you can live on. These are proverbs that are fat enough to put your house on. And the third one says, only the wisest of men writes on the water. And we're writing on the water, and we're watching from the air, and we're building giants and horses and palm trees made out of sand, and we're moving all this furniture around on Dollhouse Earth, and we're building all this shit like somebody is watching. And the sadness and the sorrow is that somebody is us.